Defeat is not the worst of failures. Not to have tried is the true failure. I want to show the world how darkness can sometimes be so beautiful. We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone. Try not to become a man of success, but rather become a man of value. Action springs not from thought, but from a readiness for responsibility. Prayer is the mortar that holds our house together. Politeness is the first thing people lose once they get the power. The glory is always hidden between the lines of the story. No matter where life takes me, find me with a smile. What we do is more important than what we say or what we say we believe. When you draw something, it lives, and when you photograph it, it dies. Most of us try to do too much because we are secretly afraid we will not be able to do anything at all. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed. Some roses grow through concrete. Remember that. Play around. Dive into absurdity and write. Take chances. You will succeed if you are fearless of failure. Because supposedly those who forget the past are condemned to repeat it. My stomach lurched, an appetizer before the full portion of heartache I had a feeling was going to be served at some point soon. Appreciation has tremendous power. A beautiful thing is not beautiful until someone appreciates it. I may not always be with you, but when we're far apart, remember you will be with me right inside my heart. Our ancestors have invented, we can at least innovate. If something is important, it deserves to be experienced deeply. Weißt du, nicht jeder Wort dein Talent sein können, aber das heißt nicht, dass du keins besitzt. All cynics are disappointed idealists. The more stars in the eyes, the harder the fall. Belief can be manipulated. Only knowledge is dangerous. You only have to do a very few things right in your life so long as you don't do too many things wrong. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Slowing down was how we remembered what we never wanted to forget. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. Some men never die and some men never live, but we're all alive tonight. Leadership is all about making things to move forward, not backward. The life where nothing was ever unexpected, or inconvenient, or unusual. The life without color, pain, or past. The topic of compassion is not at all religious business. It is important to know it is human business. It is a question of human survival. You can live your whole life not realizing that what you're looking for is right in front of you. The world is so full of a number of things, I'm sure we should all be as happy as kings. I ought to go upright and vital, and speak the rude truth in all ways. Life isn't supposed to play out the way we want, but the way it happens. Bringing joy to another lights 1,000 suns within. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. I don't walk away from things I think are unfinished. Untuck ses wada yang paling quing inkan malebahai apa pun. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Sometimes life is too hard to be alone, and sometimes life is too good to be alone. Maybe it was wrong, or maybe impossible, but I wanted the truth to be one thing, one solid thing. Our society is run by insane people for insane objectives. With ordinary talent and extraordinary perseverance, all things are attainable. There are some experiences in life they haven't invented the right words for. To free yourself from perceived bonds, you must test the strengths of those restraints and risk failure. The key to flow is to pursue an activity for its own sake, not for the rewards it brings. When you don't create things, you become defined by your taste rather than ability. Your tastes only narrow and exclude people. So create. I want to drag knives over my skin, just to feel something other than shame, but I'm not even brave enough for that. Caution not spirit, let it roam wild, for in that natural state dance embraces divine frequency. It's what's in yourself that makes you happy or unhappy. Others have seen what is and asked why. I have seen what could be and asked why not. Common man's patience will bring him more happiness than common man's power. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. That's what this storm's all about. Any fool can be happy. It takes a man with real heart to make beauty out of the stuff that makes us weep. Every person, all the events of your life are there because you have drawn them there. What you choose to do with them is up to you. My fake plants died because I did not pretend to water them. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. There's no greater show on earth than observing human nature. The first step towards getting somewhere is to decide that you are not going to stay where you are. You only get one life. Live it to the fullest. All your miseries will be forgiven when you will be dead. Walk at your own pace. Don't run after others because your journey may not be the same. Root for others to win, and you will remain blessed. There is always room for more people to elevate. Love is hard to find, hard to keep, and hard to forget. There is one who remembers the way to your door. Life you may evade, but death you shall not. Life has become immeasurably better since I have been forced to stop taking it seriously. He alone is free who lives with free consent under the entire guidance of reason. Fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us that dragons exist, but because they tell us that dragons can be beaten. The only true failure is allowing fear of failure to prevent you from acting and pursuing your dreams. When people say things are a lot more complicated than that, they means they're getting worried that they won't like the truth. Always find opportunities to make someone smile and to offer random acts of kindness in everyday life. A man can't be always defending the truth. There must be a time to feed on it. Don't ever trust men with good intentions. They'll always disappoint you. Leo. If you think you have enough knowledge, you are still ignorant. Always be a learner. Expectations make people miserable, so whatever yours are, lower them. You'll definitely be happier. What is too absurd to be believed is believed because it is too absurd to be a lie. Only by examining our personal biases can we grow as artists. Only by cultivating empathy can we grow as people. The thermometer of success is merely the jealousy of the malcontents. A concept is a brick. It can be used to build a courthouse of reason, or it can be thrown through the window. Live, more than your neighbors. Unleash yourself upon the world and go places. Go now. Giggle no, laugh. When all seems to be against you, remember, a ship sometimes has to sail against the current, not with it. One must wait until the evening to see how splendid the day has been. People who say that yesterday was better than today are ultimately devaluing their own existence. Never allow a person to tell you no who doesn't have the power to say yes. If you really want something, you can figure out how to make it happen. There's so much to be grateful for. Words are poor things. Don't always wish to be like others. Always aspire to be better than them. Time throws you out of its dimensionless planar like a boomerang. It unites with you again in death. A man must wage war on himself to defeat his weaknesses and conquer his strengths. It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. If you cannot find an element of humor in something, you're not taking it seriously enough. Dream as if you'll live forever. Live as if you'll die today. You are a cosmic flower. OM chanting is the process of opening the psychic petals of that flower. Problems in science are sometimes made easier by adding complications. If life's an exercise in making memories, no one really goes away as long as they are remembered. Champions have the courage to keep turning the pages because they know a better chapter lies ahead. You can't understand where someone's going unless you understand where they've been. Life always begins with one step outside of your comfort zone. Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence.